local news is getting a big plus.
WJBF 6 Plus, built for the way you want.
The CSRA's trusted news source, now on demand. Live Viper 6 weather when it matters most. Stream it anytime, anywhere.
Plus, it's totally free. No subscription required.
WJBF 6 Plus is ready when you are. Download it free today on your favorite streaming device. At WJBF's Television Park Productions, our mission is to provide local businesses with top quality video and digital content at an affordable price. With decades of experience, our award-winning creative team will guide you step by step through the creative process, resulting in a successful marketing message for your brand. Over the years, we've helped hundreds of local businesses expand their voice. Visit WJBF.com/creative to find out how we can do the same for you. The Live Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai.
Now on News Channel 6 at 6, honoring those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. How the CSRA is observing Memorial Day. As your News at 6 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Montgomery. Thank you for joining us on this Memorial Day. Coverage you can count on begins with several ceremonies taking place.
News Channel 6.
Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci joins us now for a check of the weather.
Well, it is raining here in parts of the CSRA, and we have some storms that are creeping into our southern line counties. But right now in Augusta, we do have that batch of light rain exiting Richmond County and pushing further into Aiken County. So anywhere from Wagner down to Jackson, we're seeing some rain with some embedded pockets of heavier activity here and there. But the key here is the lightning counter at 0 strikes. So these are not very strong storms, but down towards the south, still not super strong. But notice these cells here with a couple lightning strikes, especially this one just outside of Emmanuel County along I-16. And there we go. We have one strike near Stillmore now, north of I-16. This is what we're going to watch the rest of this evening. Now you can see it's dry here on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam in Swainsboro, but just off in the distance, you can see that cumulonimbus cloud with the rain shafts coming down. And that's all the activity down towards the south of our viewing area. So we'll be watching that tonight. As for today's almanac, we picked up on just a trace amount of rain earlier in Augusta. Of course, that'll update with all the rain that's come through recently. But this morning, we had above average temperatures, a low of 67, but well below average temperatures in the afternoon, a high of only 79 degrees. Around the CSRA, we're seeing a mix of lower 70s through mid-80s, 72 in Thompson, 73 in Augusta, but Millen, where it's dry, sitting at 85. 85 as well in Wrightsville, 76 in Saluda, and 82 in Waynesboro. High dew points today, a lot of moisture around. Dew points are mostly in those lower 70s, and we have the stationary front draped across the southeast, and that is bringing scattered showers and storms to the two-state and back towards Alabama and Mississippi, and then the rain continues with low pressure over towards Texas. Now for us for the rest of this evening, keeping that chance of rain and storms in the forecast, we'll be going down to the 70-degree mark by 10 p.m., so we'll continue to see those pretty mild low temperatures in the lower 60s, but notice the highs only in the upper 70s again on Tuesday, but then we warm up to the middle 80s with those rain chances sticking around. Coming up, I'll have a look at your futurecast and everything you can expect, but back to you, Jenny.
All right, thanks, Jenna. President Donald Trump and Defense News, New York. Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci is back with us now.
Well, we do have some rain on this Memorial Day, and those rain chances will continue all week long. We'll have cooler high temperatures with a low severe weather threat, but just in time for the weekend, we're back to sunshine. I'll have that full Viper 6 forecast after this break.
Two presidents.
Viper 6 Skyview Network, sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. Luckily, no severe weather for us at this time, but we are under that threat for the remainder of the evening, and I'm keeping a close eye on some of these southern lying storms that are moving into the CSRA. Up towards the northern half of our area, though, Aiken County is the hot spot for all of that rain right now. We have light showers around downtown Aiken, a heavier downpour here near the border of Barnwell County, and Williston and Elko seeing some of that activity now. Down towards Allendale County, we also have a few pockets of rain here and a couple lightning strikes along Highway 601. Just outside of our viewing area. Now down to Emmanuel County, still more seeing some heavy rain. And then we have this pocket here of very heavy rain and a lot of lightning. 60 strikes here you're now seeing on Live Viper 6. So Swainsboro is nice and dry, but these storms are moving in shortly, and you can see it on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Look at that view. You can see the rain coming down in the distance. So keeping a close eye on these for the rest of our evening. Now in Augusta and our northern counties, there's a lot less instability with some cooler temperatures only in the lower 70s. But down towards the southern half of the CSRA, that's where we're seeing some warmer spots. 85 in Wrightsville, 82 in Swainsboro. So more instability down there. So that's where we'll be watching for that severe weather potential. Our satellite and radar is showing this stationary front across the area, triggering the showers and storms as we go into the next several days. We have that marginal risk of severe weather tonight, and that sticks around for our Tuesday. Notice a slight risk very close by as well. So that's going to indicate some stronger storms that'll weaken as they move into the CSRA, and then we're back to another marginal on Wednesday. So the main takeaway here is that we'll have that low threat of severe weather every single day, and we'll also have some cooler temperatures on Tuesday due to the wedge setup. So we have this warm front that'll be across the area tomorrow, and then we have high pressure to our northeast, driving in that cooler air and trapping it in our northern counties. But with that warm front, it will really warm up into the middle 80s again in some of our southern line counties. So 84, which is the average in Swainsboro, but check out Saluda tomorrow, a high of only 69 degrees. And we'll have that high chance of rain and storms for everyone, especially early Tuesday and then again late Tuesday night. Scattered showers and storms will be in the forecast through Friday, then we're dry just in time for your weekend plans. Here's our feature cast tonight. Rain exits our eastern counties. Now this model is not doing a good job picking up on those storms down to the south, so we will have the possibility of some of that over the next few hours. Then light rain moves in overnight through early Tuesday morning. Mostly dry throughout the day on Tuesday, but then same thing. Storms in our southern line counties that start to move in around dinner time, and then another batch of rain towards the west that'll take over late Wednesday night or late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. So we'll have this series of fronts continuing to push through the area. This will keep an unsettled weather pattern all the way through Friday. Now eventually, once that cold front clears out Friday evening, we'll have the nice dry and sunny weather behind it. So notice your weekend looks good. We'll be in those middle 80s. So we're not seeing any 90s anytime soon. Highs will be back into the 80s starting on Wednesday, and it will stay that way through next week. Now, congratulations to today's umbrella winner. That is Jeremiah Lewis from Abbeville, South Carolina. I was just there this weekend, and it's nice to know we have some viewers up there in Abbeville. So congratulations, Jeremiah. You can pick up your umbrella here at the station and sign up to win yours on WJBF.com.
Bet he would have liked you to look into your crystal ball and take that umbrella to him.
Oh, I know.
Gonna need it in the days ahead.
Yeah, a little far away, too.
Coming up, 3 teams are playing in state championships. Stay tuned for previews on each team coming up in sports.
Years ago, I lost my father.
He's Mayberry Sheriff without a gal. He's Mayberry Sheriff without a gal.
Hello, John.
Will Andy go a courting with Bachelorette number 1?
She's a real nice lady, boss.
Number 2?
Oh, that girl can do everything.
Or number 3?
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Play along in the game of love.
Just think, one of them might be the next Mrs. Amy Tate.
On the Andy Griffith Show. Weeknights starting at 8 on MeTV, WJBF 6.2.
Kelly, where do your best mornings start?
What do you think? The best morning starts with Kelly and Mars.
You're like apple pie in America.
Weekday mornings at 9 on News Channel 6. The WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Well, the end of May means the start of spring sports championships with 3 area teams playing for their respective state title games. Starting out with Saluda softball, the Tigers advanced to the 2A state championship for the first time in school history. They've been red hot, winning 23 of their last 24 games. They beat 96-5-0 last week. They'll face East Clarendon in the state final. Game 1 will be on the road. Game 2 is at Saluda on Thursday. Then, if necessary, they'll play at a neutral site on Saturday, May 31st. Now, staying in South Carolina, the Batesburg-Leesville Panthers continue their best-of-3 series against Phillips Simmons High School out of Charleston. The Panthers dropped their first game 5-3 on Saturday, and they'll have an opportunity to even the series on Tuesday at home, looking to pick up their 20th win on the season. Game time still to be determined. Now to the GIAA, the Westminster Schools of Augusta boys soccer team looking to defend their 3A state title. The Wildcats are the #1 seed in the tournament. The senior-led group will take on Brookwood in Macon on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. Now, the road to Omaha begins now with 3 teams playing in the NCAA postseason. Georgia and Clemson will host their respective regionals. Now, Georgia Tech, they'll play in the Oxford Regional as the #2 seed. The Yellow Jackets were crowned the ACC regular season champions, and their regional begins 4 p.m. Friday against Western Kentucky. Now, as for the Georgia Bulldogs, they earned the #7 national seed. They will be the top seed in the Athens Regional. UGA making their 15th regional appearance. They'll face Binghamton, a team they're 3-0 all-time against. Game time is 12 p.m. Friday on SEC Network, with head coach Wes Johnson, though, recently getting his 6-year contract extension. He hopes this will be one of many more trips to the postseason.
President Moorhead, our athletic director Josh Brooks are phenomenal. Not only are they great for the University of Georgia, they do a phenomenal job for our athletic department. And then the people that they put in place around you give you a chance for success. We just need to continue to build on it and keep trying to find ways to win ball games.
Now, the Clemson Tigers, they're making their 47th NCAA tournament appearance. That goes for 5th most in the nation. Clemson's coming off a 14-4 ACC championship game lost to North Carolina. But the 44-win Tigers, they did just enough to earn them a #11 national seed and a #1 seed in their regional. They'll host USC Upstate on Friday, 6 p.m. on ACC Network. And if you're a baseball fan, certainly lots to look forward to this weekend.
All right, Gianna, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
We'll have chances of showers and storms tomorrow through Friday, with temperatures on the cooler side tomorrow, but warming up into the 80s starting on Wednesday. 80s and sunshine this weekend, and we'll see near average temperatures next week with more rain chances.
2 humanoid robots traded powerful punches inside a boxing ring in China last night during a live-streamed event. 4 teams controlled robots in competitive bouts, pitting them against each other in a boxing ring. The robot boxers demonstrated a wide range of combat skills and could also quickly regain their footing after knockdowns.
Well, I'd rather watch that than real human beings.
Yeah, Jenna, I agree with you.
I don't really like that either, boxing or wrestling.
Yeah, I can't watch
it.
Well, that's our report for now, everybody. News Channel 6 continues at 7 o'clock right after World News Tonight. And then we'll see you again for News Channel 6 at 11. Have a nice evening.
More Americans watch World News Tonight with David Muir than any other newscast.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 7, honoring those who pay the ultimate price for all Americans. We'll take you to observances around the CSRA as your news at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with several ceremonies taking place across the CSRA this Memorial Day, including the annual gathering at the All Wars Monument. Graham Lee takes us there. Time now for a first look at our forecast with the Chief Meteorologist, Jenna Petracci. And the rain just came throughout the day, and it was coming throughout the evening. Hopefully we get a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's been on and off over the weekend as well. Luckily, it didn't impact our Memorial Day weekend plans too much since a lot of this has been coming in early in the morning and late at night. And that trend will continue through the most part, but you can see here we did pick up on some rain throughout the day today, picking up on 1/4 of an inch in Augusta, around 1 inch now in Aiken, 1.5 inches towards the west in Crawfordville. But our southern line counties have been mostly dry. We do have some storms down to the south, though, that are now making their way into the CSRA as this one batch of rain starts to exit. But notice a few pop-up showers still here in Richmond County and Aiken County as well, just not as widespread and heavy as that batch we heard earlier around 5 o'clock. And then you can see here down towards the southeast, Barnwell County, you have some heavy rain here and there. Fairfax has a heavy shower over the town now, and you can see Swainsboro also has some brief heavy rain and a couple lightning strikes. So this storm was looking a bit stronger when it was to the south of I-16. Luckily, it weakened as it moved into our northern counties. But you can see here at Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam showing the very gloomy view here in downtown Swainsboro. It's breezy, it's cloudy, visibility's poor, and our almanac for Augusta Busch Field had an above average temperature today of 67. So we're in this period of some pretty warm mornings, but some cooler afternoons. We're only going to top off in the upper 70s again tomorrow, at least for a good portion of the CSRA. Right now we're seeing low 70s through mid 80s. Millen, you're at 85, but only 73 in Augusta. Aiken down to 71 from the rain that came through. 80 in Sandersville, 75 in Washington, and 83 in Wrightsville. Dew points are high for everyone around the 70-degree mark, so a whole lot of moisture around due to this stalled frontal boundary. And notice this complex of some stronger storms down in South Alabama and parts of Mississippi. This activity will move into our direction, and we will have some more rain overnight through early tomorrow morning. But for the rest of your evening, isolated to scattered showers and storms, temperatures around 70 degrees. And looking ahead, we have a higher chance of rain on Tuesday, and those rain chances stick around all the way until the end of this week. I'll have a look at your feature cast coming up, and back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. Well, it's almost summer, and that means it's time to protect your skin. Most skin cancers happen to skin that gets a lot of sunlight. That includes the scalp, face, lips, and ears, arms, hands, and legs, a mole, bump, or scab, pain around skin growth, and more are some signs and symptoms you should be aware of. One doctor says the best way to prevent this is protecting your skin in the sun.
Just in general, protecting your skin from the sun is very important. So wearing sunscreen if you're going to be outside. We recommend SPF 30 or higher and frequent reapplication. We love sun protective clothing, avoiding the midday sun. All those things can be very protective for your skin.
Doctors say you should make sure you have your sunscreen and protective gear all summer long. Well, state officials are sharing important reminders today. Buckle up and put on that life jacket. The Belts and Jackets Tour is part of a statewide push to keep Georgia families safe, both on the roads and on the water. The State Patrol is urging people to avoid alcohol or drugs if you're driving or operating a boat. Officials say the statistics for boating and driving fatalities and arrests since January were on par, if not a little high, for this time of year.
It's not just alcohol when it comes to the DUIs. It's also drug, and that becomes prescription or illegal drugs. So we ask that everybody pay attention this holiday season, drive safe, and be responsible. Make those good decisions. If you do drink and drive, we're going to find you, and we're going to take you to jail.
Officials are asking people to take safety precautions and avoid alcohol and drugs if operating a boat or a vehicle. And also remember, even if your blood alcohol level is under the legal limit, you could still face charges under Georgia's driving under the influence and boating under the influence laws. Well, coming up, a former police chief who was serving a 30-year sentence is now on the run after escaping his prison cell. We'll have the latest on the manhunt after this break.
Hey there, Georgia. I'm John Croth, your Cash Recap.
We will continue to see some pretty high chances of rain throughout the work week. Also, a low threat of severe weather every single day. All of the rain and cloud cover is keeping our temperatures a bit cooler, but as we get into the weekend, we're back to sunshine and some pretty nice conditions. I'll have that full Vapor 6 forecast after the break.
Now at Hardee's, My Rewards members, Hardee's Original Bag. 2 full-size favorites, fries and a drink, just $5.99. Or choose 2 double cheeseburgers for just $1 more. A great big bag of original goodness, just $5.99. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live for 6.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us on this soggy Memorial Day. We've had some showers and storms on and off over the past few days, and unfortunately for some of your outdoor plans you may have run into a few showers if you're in Richmond County, Aiken County, and we're still seeing some lingering activity there now. Now, not as significant as that big batch of rain we had come through earlier, but you can see this swath of rain from Deering over towards New Ellington and then down towards the southeast. We have some heavier rain here in Barnwell County, Allendale County, and then we have that storm over in Emmanuel County with a couple lightning strikes around Twin City, mostly just light rain in Swainsboro now. So not too bad. Luckily, we don't have any severe storms, but definitely a pretty wet evening across the CSRA. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing a pretty view here, though, with the sun rays coming down, even with the clouds pretty much taking over. We're sitting at 73 degrees. We have calm winds. Dew points are high in the lower 70s. And around the CSRA, we had a big variety of temperatures today. It was cooler up towards the north where there was more rain. Temperatures only in the low to mid 70s, but we had some middle 80s today. And Wrightsville and Sylvania still sitting at a warm 83 degrees. Now the rain is due to this stalled frontal boundary across the southeast, and that will continue to bring us the chances of rain over the next few days. Now for the rest of tonight, we're under marginal risk of severe weather. Same story for tomorrow. Notice a slight risk, though, just to our west. So that goes to show there will be some stronger storms out that direction in the weekend as they move into the CSRA. And then another marginal risk for the fourth day in a row. It would now be on Wednesday. So every time that we have this chance of rain and storms this week, it also comes with that low-end threat of severe weather. Now for tomorrow, we're still going to have below average temperatures, but there will be a more noticeable split across the CSRA, and it's due to this wedge setup. So the front is triggering the showers and storms, and that high pressure is driving in a northeast wind, and that is going to trap some cooler air north of I-20. We're talking highs possibly only in the upper 60s for Saluda County, but back down towards the south, right around average in those middle 80s. Now, the chance of rain will be the highest tomorrow at 70%, but still 40 to 50% chance as we finish off the work week, and we'll dry out just in time for the weekend. Here's our future cast tonight. We're going to see some scattered showers and storms, but then more widespread rain coming in overnight. So the good news with this pattern is that a lot of it has been coming in overnight. So most of your Tuesday actually looks nice and dry, but same story. Late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, more widespread rain comes through. So if you're out and about early in the morning or late at night, however you want to call the 3 to 4 a.m. time period, that's when we'll be seeing the most rainfall. So the reason is for this series of fronts that continues to move through. So as we go into our Thursday, we'll have another stalled front across the area. And then look what happens as we go into Friday. Another warm front to our north, cold front to the west. And this means we'll probably have another chance of severe weather as we go into Thursday and Friday as well. Those marginal risks likely will continue. Once the cold front clears the area, though, Friday night, that's when we'll be back to sunshine over the weekend. The futurecast rainfall totals will vary. Some places could see an additional 3 more inches of rain. Other places will only get around half an inch. Now, here's a look at that Tuesday planner. Low 60s in the morning, upper 70s in the afternoon in Augusta. And that 10-day forecast is showing the rain chances still around through Friday. Highs going back into the 80s starting on Wednesday. And then next week we'll still have some mid-80s with slight rain chances. Now back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks a lot. Tomorrow, Jenny, from reminders about babies and hot cars to water safety and choosing the right sunscreen, we're talking about keeping little ones safe in the summer heat. Our baby expert is back. Shannon Usher is a certified neonatal occupational therapist who specializes in developmental concerns for babies from birth to 1 year. And she has a lot of advice for parents when it comes to babies and summer safety.
The American Academy of Pediatrics doesn't recommend sunscreen on babies less than 6 months just because their skin isn't as thick as it will be as they grow, so they're more susceptible to absorb any chemicals that are added to the sunscreen, as well as you just don't want them in the sun. And sometimes there's this artificial sense of safety because they have sunscreen on. Now a baby can go in the sun.
Find out more about summer safety and Shannon's practice, Peaceful Infant. Plus, summer camps are filling up. How to get your kids at a musical theater camp in Martinez. It's all coming up tomorrow at 12:30 on Jenny. Well, still ahead, an unexpected turn in life leads to one man sailing across the ocean with his cat. More of the story after the break.
You were just doing your job when the WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service.
Now, to a man on the adventure of a lifetime. After life threw him an unexpected curveball, he decided to set sail across the ocean with his cat. Here's Andrew Dimbert.
Faced with the risk of paralysis, Oliver Widger didn't just walk away from his job, he charted a new course entirely.
Was diagnosed with something called Klippel-Fill syndrome. I run the risk of going paralyzed.
The 29-year-old from Oregon quit his corporate gig, sold everything he owned, and set sail for Hawaii with his cat, Phoenix. He taught himself to sail on YouTube, liquidated his 401k, moved to the coast, and a month after quitting, bought a 33-foot sailboat.
And then I had this really good idea to liquidate my 401k and then sell my cars.
He left Oregon in late April, posting videos of his crossing on social media. His account, Sailing with Phoenix, swelled to 3 million fans. And Widger thinks he knows why.
I think a lot of people are you're grinding at your job all day long, and you're just, it doesn't really matter how much money you make at this point. Everybody's just trying to do enough to get by, and you can only, that just wears you out.
And while Widger struggled with storms, seasickness, and broken equipment, Phoenix never missed a beat.
Somehow, my cat is doing much better than I am. It's like she doesn't even know what's happening.
His most terrifying moment came when the rudder failed, leaving the boat tilted in the surf for hours, but there were moments of magic too.
We have seen whales, big whales. Couldn't tell you what kind, but they were whales.
After 24 days at sea, he arrived in Hawaii this weekend to a hero's welcome.
This is absolutely nuts. Yeah, because I'm totally not this, I don't know, stopper.
And while he says he's still processing it all, his message to others is simple.
Whatever your dream is, just do it. It is possible. You'll surprise yourself at every single step of the way.
Widger says he may head to French Polynesia next, but for now, he's taking a break on land. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
During the Rooms to Go Memorial Day sale, get this Kingstown mattress road trip. Wednesdays at 12:30 on WJBF News Channel 6.
Rapper T-Pain just posted a video of himself recording his hit song Can't Believe It, and the moment he came up with an iconic rhyme. Take a look.
Girl, it ain't nothing.
Fans up north can't get enough of the clip. One person commented, "I feel like I'm watching the Mona Lisa be painted." The Green Bay Packers simply responded, "Yes, they do." They do. I mean, my grandparents lived in Wisconsin, so yes, they do say Wisconsin. But that's interesting that he just came up with it like that. Just put that word, throw that word in there. That'll work.
I know, right? I'm a big T-Pain fan. I actually saw him in college.
Oh,
he
wow.
performed at the University of South Alabama.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
There you go.
The highlight of my junior year. Well, our 10-day forecast is showing those rain chances sticking around through Friday. We'll have some strong storms possible here and there, a low threat of severe weather. A high of only 77 tomorrow. That's pretty cool. We always say Memorial Day kicks off summer. Well, 77 is the high. Not very summer-like there. But we're back into the mid-80s by next week.
I'm loving these temperatures. Just no complaints at all.
Yeah, that's the good thing. When we have the rain in the clouds, it at least means we get some heat relief.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, thanks so much. That's our time for now. Our next news continues at 10 on Main TV. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a good night.